Hey, what's up? This is Tiara Thomas, and I get my R&B from ThisisRnB.com. With the Rico Love Interscope deal, man, it was just that there was a lot of like creative differences, things where I wasn't being encouraged like to make the kind of music that I wanted to make. So I asked to be released from my label, you know, because I saw how many people were being like independent, and like that's like a new thing. It's a fairly new thing. When I first came out on Bad, like you didn't hear really any independent artists on the radio like that, you know, like that wasn't a thing that wasn't a big thing. And now everybody, like, you know, you don't have to have a record deal at all. So I didn't like the control that they had, and I asked John Janik and Joey Manda from Interscope to let me out of my deal, and they did. So yeah, I just be rocking out on my own, doing whatever kind of music I want to do, just me and my management, you know. I've had my management team for a long time, even since before my record deal. Well, no, it wasn't. I got them at the same time, but you know, I'm just rocking out my management. Yeah. When I got out of my record deal, I made a whole project called Up in Smoke, and it was kind of like my rebellious project, and all the songs were about like some type of smoking weed or like some type of something. The cover was like marijuana leaves like all in the background and stuff. So that was kind of like my rebellious, like, okay, now I'm really gonna do what I want to do. And so, you know, I got that out of my system, and that was a fun project. That was definitely like, I saw the difference immediately, like from Dear Sally Mae, which was a project that I had with when I was signed with Interscope, and then with Up in Smoke, which was a project after, and I just already felt a difference. Like, okay, like now I'm doing what I want to do. So, you know, yeah. With my Don't Mention My Name project, I just wanted to do something different than what I was hearing. And I play guitar, I sing, I co-produce, I write all my music, and I just wanted to like show my artistry on a different level, you know, just doing something else. And for my core fans that have been rocking with me since I was doing like acoustic covers in college, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, I was basically, yeah, that's what I've been doing with these last few projects, just like going back to my roots and just like, you know, pretty much picking up where I left off, you know, but on a bigger scale. So I definitely think people wanted to hear that from me, you know, like an acoustic project, and I like playing guitar and stuff. So yeah. So to explain that, basically, like, I feel like wraps up my whole concept of fucking with my mind concept, because it's like I'm someone who I can get in my head a lot. I think a lot of people are like that, but I be in my head a lot. Like, I like to think I like it. Like, I like when my mind is stimulated. I like to think of hypothetical questions. I like to ask people hypothetical questions. I like to obsess over things, and sometimes, like, when I'm not even trying to obsess over something, I am, and it sucks because I'm like, oh, it's fucking with my mind. You know, like, somebody, like a girl, like, let's say a girl did something to you, like, man, that shit, it's fucking with my mind. So it's just like, sometimes it's a lot of stuff that fucks with my mind. I feel like I'm like living inside of my head instead of in the real world. You know, I feel like I'm just like so inside my head that I like what's going on around me. It's like that's not reality to me. So that's why I was like, something's wrong with me. I can't grip reality. I'm not really, but the thing is, when I say stuff like that, I don't say it in like a bad way. I'm not being negative, because we're just people, you know, like, we're not supposed to be like perfect and have like everything figured out, and like, people are supposed to have like flaws and stuff, have like personality flaws or whatever. So that's why I'm just like, that's why I was just like, you know, singing it like heavenly, like something's wrong with me. I can't grip reality. It's kind of like a, you know, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying this is how I feel. I'm not saying I have a solution, I'm just saying like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know, like sometimes I be thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Am I bugging? Am I bugging out? Like I be thinking like that. So yeah, that's why I said that. I feel like there's some stuff that in songs and some certain songs that I have that people would never understand. Like no one will understand it, but I understand it and I just need to get it out. You know, I just like, I needed to say it. And so yeah, it's not like I'm like saying, oh, here's a solution. I'm not like a ambassador for like, you know, I just be saying what I feel. You know, if I feel something, I just want to put it in a song, you know. Oh yeah, that was fun. I was in the car when I wrote that song, and I was in the car because I write a lot of songs in the car. I like to listen to beats because, you know, I live in LA and, you know, traffic be crazy. And so I just like to put on beats really loud, put my stereo on full volume and like listen to beats, and I just like freestyle in the car. So I be like really going in. Like if anybody pulls up next to me while I'm writing a song in the car, they might see some shit because I be like freestyling. Like I be going in, like, you know, studio sessions in my car. So Sex Drive, I was just like, let's talk about my sex drive. And how you look so good. I think I came up with the hook first, and I was just like, how you look so good just sitting by my left side. And I was like, oh, I like that. And I was going to go pick my friend up. I was on the way to pick my friend up, and he comes outside, and I play him the beat, and I'm singing over the beat. I'm like, listen to the song I just wrote in the car. And he's like, that's tight, that's tight. And I went and recorded it the next day, and it turned out really good. Yeah. I grew up, the first type of music that I was listening to was like gospel, like John Mayer. I know every John Mayer album. I know every Coldplay album. Like I said, I was listening to Faith Hill. I know every NSYNC album. I know every Backstreet Boys album. And with like it's with about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, like a lot of the time in my my vocal arrangements, the way I set things up, I still like, you know, vocal arrangement shit from NSYNC. Because I used to think, because them dudes could sing, like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, they could sing like live, like they sounded good, and their vocal arrangements, their melodies, their harmonies sounded really good. So I borrow a lot of my shit from NSYNC, Kirk Franklin, Backstreet Boys, then wherever I can get it from. I get inspiration from, like, I might be inspired by Elton John. I might be inspired by I have a song on my Up in Smoke, Don't Mention My Name project, called I'm Still at the Bar, and that sounds like kind of like totally alternative. That was inspired by some Coldplay shit, you know. So I just like to, but I want it to sound cohesive. I don't want to be all over the place with it. So I don't really think it's like straight up R&B music. It's not like your typical R&B like Monica. It's not like Monica, you know, but it's like got different elements to it. I think you can definitely hear like other inspirations and stuff in my music, and I get them from a lot of different places. I have a couple gospel songs that I wrote that I got to figure out where I can fit them in on a project, because it's not like gospel songs, like, you know, I curse in the song because, you know, Jesus said come as you are. You know, whoever said gospel songs, you can't say a curse word. Like, bitch, how you gonna tell me? So, you know, coming soon. So I'm going back to London. They're real tight in London. They just like love R&B music. I didn't know that. I don't know. Look, when I went over, I was shocked because like I said, I've never left the country, and and when I went to all these different places, and like I would do stuff, for instance, like bad, you know, I do bad every night, and I always put the mic out, and they were like singing at the top of their lungs, and I was like, damn, okay, it reached out here, and that's crazy. So London definitely showed a lot of love. Honestly, like everything everywhere overseas was tight. I think Sway Lee's real dope. I like his melodies. I like the way he writes, and he just be like having fun on his songs. It don't seem like, you know, I fuck with him a lot. I fuck with his writing. So I would really want to work with Sway Lee. After this, I'm trying to stay on the road for the rest of the year. Honestly, I'm trying to be touring. I had goals of being on some festivals this year, and so I accomplished some goals. I'm on the, what is it, Smoking Grooves, and that's like a big lineup. So it's a lot of dope people on there, so I'm excited about that. That's in June. And I think I'm going back overseas. Man, I don't even know my schedule. I'm going back overseas for her show. Her Lights on Tour. Maybe Asia or Australia or something with an A. Auckland. I don't even know where that is. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then, man, I'm trying to build up like my my brand more. I'm trying to get some songs on a couple other artists as far as like writing and stuff like that. And hopefully put out another project around back to school time. Yeah, so I'm trying to be busy.